What's going on, guys? It is Shay here. Now, to everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing Zyudenryu number 2, Parasagun, which is technically my more personal favorite Zyudenryu out of the bunch. Out of basically the 23 Zyudenryu, basically, because there were the Guardians were first, and then came the 1 through 5 Zyudenryu. As you can see here he is. And I do have an extra battery and the gavel revolver at my side for this review. So I did a review on this earlier, but the entire take was a bust. Like, it was literally just a flop. So I had to redo this entire video. So yeah. So with that being said, let's begin. So as you can see here, this is Parasagun. But before we get to this guy, we're gonna move him out of the way and take a look at the included Zyudenryu that it comes with. This one is number 2, Parasagun, and this is my first Parasagun battery that you can brave in with, and it looks so sexy, especially in a glowy thing. It sounds very weird, but whatever. Don't judge me. Now, I did get this used, and it is very apparent. Like, it's very obvious that you can see some paint, you know, off of the toy. And this isn't even the original Zyudenryu. I think this is actually a candy toy, because if you look on the back, on the actual Parasagun battery, the actual toy, it's not supposed to have these serial numbers, like the one that came with Parasagun. It's not supposed to have these serial numbers. So this is indeed either a show, like it's like a candy toy, or probably even a gashapon. But this one here is a gashapon, because you can easily tell that this one's fading. You got a number 2. How sad. So yeah, so I really like this battery. It's like one of my favorites for some reason. But yeah, so you can see there, so you can, from charge all the way to brave M. So yeah, and of course it does have functionality in the gavel revolver, so we'll get to that right now. Alright, so now you got that, and you also transform to carry black into his final attack. So, as you can see here, I have another battery. Stop. So I have another Parasagun battery. It's the actual tool. I made 4 extra ones to make 6 of them, because that's how many they have in the show, which is, I don't know why, but whatever. As you can see there, and the camera can focus. Focus, camera. There we go. I don't know what's focusing as well as I wanted to. There we go. So yeah, this is actually a gashapon, so we're going to use this battery to do something very cool, and any character fans knows exactly what I'm going to do. Open it up. We're going to put this one on the top. And you just did a big final blast, and of course you can do and now you just have, and now you're pretty black armed on. By the way, my gavel revolver, ever since I fixed it up, it's been falling down from gravity. So yeah, so we're gonna eject these. So yeah, we don't need this anymore. So we're gonna just put this onto the side. Okay, so now since that's all out of the way, we can go ahead and look at what Parasagun does all together. So we'll move the battery out of the way, and as you can see here, he's a pretty nice sized Zord / Mecha. As you can see here, you got a little bit of articulation, so you can get him in a couple cool poses, especially since you can move his little hand pieces here, which is that's actually a reason. Or like, it's very cool. You can swivel more around. You can make it look like that he's running. So yeah, you can do a lot of cool poses with that. You can do some good stop motion. And what I always thought was weird is that you can actually kind of do this a little bit. Kind of put him in like a little bit of a crouching position, I guess, which is weird. I'm gonna leave like one very cool fact I think about what really reminds me of these things, is I thought this thing was so big when I got it in the mail today. So yeah, he also actually has a pop-up gimmick, technically a pop-up gimmick. He has a gimmick on him, and the way you do that, you open his mouth here. And what's really weird is that, I don't know if this is on mine, it should be on everybody's Parasagun they have, but his mouth can come off, which is weird. I don't know why, but his mouth can come off. That's actually happened to me a couple times where I would literally just like flick it like too hard, and then it would like literally just fly right off. So yeah, the way you insert the battery right here, you open up his mouth. So let me get it in a good shot. Open up his mouth, and you see a little hole right there. That's where the battery is gonna go. And you can insert it either way. You can insert it in this way, or you can insert it in this way. So yeah, and hold this button down here, hold it down, and press it in, and this is what you, hang on, let me get a better shot of this, and this is what you'll get, the pop-up feature. Now, when this is like this right here, once you eject it, or at least get it in a little bit, you can actually just push it in with you know, barely any effort. So once it's pushed in, close the mouth, and no, this piece cannot close. So the way you do that, to close it back, eject the battery, where you can just take it out and close it back. So yeah, it's really weird seeing his mouth open like that, but whatever. And just to prove that it can go this way, oh, sorry about that. So there you go. Eject it. So yeah, that's why I love Parasagun, because he's a little bit more interesting than Zakutor, because Zakutor, his tail doesn't open up like the American version does. The American version of the Raptor Zord, it opens up like an actual claw. In Japan, it opens up like ill. I don't know why, but Zakutor, they couldn't have improved them in a little bit. But Parazord, I should point out. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. I should point out that in the American versions of these Zords, you don't have to press you have to press the button to eject the battery, but you don't have to hold it down to put it in here. So the way it would do in America is put the battery in, and it does the pop action, or does the pop-up feature. And in America, this piece moves, like it kind of moves that way, but you can actually move this piece from side to side. You can swivel a little bit, just push it in. But in the American version, which is weird, I never know what the meaning behind that was, but whatever. So yeah, and he does work with the empty version. So go ahead and open up his mouth. It's closed. It's not open all the way. Alright, insert it in there and hold down the button on his stomach. Oh geez, sorry about that. And opens it up. Sometimes if you hold the button down a little bit too much, it ejects it out. So or if you hold it down a little bit too much, it does that. So yeah, that's basically what he does right there. Unfortunately, I don't have Kyoryugen, so this is going to be a very boring review. I shouldn't have said that in the very beginning of this video, but so now let's call in Parasagun and summon him into battle mode. So, Brib in, come Parasagun. Huh. So now he's ready to go. I know it was a little bit crappy, but hey, it's all I can do. Let's put the battery in the right way, actually, because it's not the right way. It's the right way. You know, where the word is facing. So, set it back in there. And now let's put him into battle mode. The way you do that is that first, I think the easier way is to put his legs forward. Yeah, actually. This actually looks like a very cool flying pose or something. Like, put his arms back like that. I really do think this is like one of the coolest poses you can probably get out of Parasagun himself. It was like he's flying a little bit, or it kind of actually looks like he's combining with Kyoryugen a little bit. So yeah, the way to put him in battle mode, you just put his legs back, like you put his lower leg, or I think his lower leg piece, pull that forward. Basically, looks like you're breaking his leg. Swivel that around. Same with this side. Swivel this one around, and literally just do that. And now he's in battle mode, and I forgot to do that. And now he's ready to go. And if he's this big, I imagine how big Kyoryugen would be. Like, you know, although I wouldn't have Zakutor if I had Kyoryugen, I would probably have to do Parasagun plus Stagochi. That would be that Kyoryugen. So, yeah, there he is in battle mode. He is now ready to combine with Kyoryugen and is ready to shoot with his with this very big tail Gatling gun. Which I really do think is, like, kind of cool. So, yeah, that is Parasagun, the Zyudenryu number 2, and when you put him back into Mecha, or his dinosaur form, you should put his hands first. And I think a lot of you guys should already just know that that's self-explanatory. Because when you pull these around, and just to prove that it does that, when you pull these around, it can't go any further. It can do that. Actually, let me see what that looks like, actually. Put his arms like that. Put his legs the right way. Oh wow, that looks so weird. But he can't stand up on his own. He'll just collapse. So yeah, that kind of sucks. And put his legs back. And yeah. And you don't even. And what's really weird is that you don't even need a battery to. Oh, not again. To activate his pop-up feature. All you need to do is literally just go like push the button in, and that's all you gotta do. And it pushes the chamber piece back, and when you push it when you push it forward, it does that. So that's it for this review, guys. Yeah, so that's basically it for Zyudenryu number 2, Parasagun. He's one of the more common Zyudenryu of the series. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share it for a hit, subscribe to him today. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.